Hello everybody, Kerry, Shuck here alongside Carter Baum. Now Carter, another big win for the Barons coming back home after a two-game losing streak. Win in overtime. Tyler Pitlick gets the overtime goal, wins it 5-4.
Yeah, it was a back-and-forth game. The Barons got in a 2-0 hole early in the first, and it was kind of one of those, what's going on? But they came back. They really weathered the storm. They came back and tied it very early on in the second period, and it was a great game back and forth, even though there was that 2-0 lead for the IceHogs early. It was a good back-and-forth game from both sides, and the Barons score in the final minutes to tie it up and then win it in overtime. Tyler Pitlick with the game winner.
Now, down 2-0, they get a much-needed goal from Matt Ford in the first period. Arcabella, with his, I believe, of what's seventh game since he's been back, has scored in all 7 games. I mean, the guy is an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah, Arcabella has really been a huge impact on this team. He's averaging 2 points a game in every game that he's played, the 7 games he's played with the Barons this season, and it's a huge part for that to get points on the board. But another aspect of it is his face-offs. He dominates in the face-off circle, and the game winner by Pitlick was directly off of an Arcabella face-off win. He won the draw, went right to Pitlick, and Pitlick shot it right away, and it went in. It's a huge aspect of the game that doesn't get noted a whole lot. There's not a direct stat in the AHL that's kept publicly about that, but it's a huge part and a huge asset for the Barons.
I know we talked about that when we were up there. It seems like so effortless. He wins it almost every time, and most guys fight for the puck. It seems like 2 swipes, and he's already got it. Now, talking about Matt Ford, since he had the first goal, he had another big night, 4 points.
A huge night for Matt Ford. 2 goals, 4 points on the night. He was all over the place. He really, that line of Ford, Arcabello, and Lander, they contributed on the first 2 goals, and they were just playing lights out tonight. Overall, a good night, but Matt Ford, a huge game, 4 points, and it was really special for him here tonight, especially on Special Olympics night. You know, he mentioned in the post game that he kind of looked up before the second period and saw his buddy out in the stands, and it was kind of nice. So a real special night for him tonight, and a good night on the ice as well.
I know a lot of those buddies just loved seeing their buddies come out to play. So it was a really good big night for them. Now the Barons are gonna take on this same IceHogs team tomorrow night. The IceHogs, one of the hottest teams in the league. What do they got to do to try to get another victory? Because they got to inch closer to stay in this playoff hunt.
Yeah, a huge weekend for the Barons. Coach Nelson mentioned it in the pregame this morning that playoffs start now for them. They have to start winning these games, especially in the Western Conference, a very tight Western Conference that's separated from the last couple teams that are in the playoffs as of this moment, and the bottom team in the Western Conference are only separated by a handful of points. Rockford is a little higher up in the playoff picture. They're more likely to make the playoffs at this point, but they're a good team. The Barons, had a good game against them here tonight, but another hard-working game tomorrow, and they got to play a full 60 minutes and just go full out.
Well, another big thing for tomorrow night, drive away every Saturday. We do it every home game. Another person has a chance to win a free car, and it is not going to be you or I.
Unfortunately, not every Saturday home game we give away a free car. But another great reason for fans to come out, watch some good hockey. The Barons are playing great hockey of late. And just another reason to come out, and you could drive away in a brand new car.
One big thing about tonight I want to mention, you already mentioned the Special Olympics night, $27,975 was the total that went to Special Olympics night. Just an extraordinary night, and our fans just give back so much for these kids. And I mean, this is my first time that I've been a part of it, and it's just so awesome and fun.
Yeah, it was really a great night all around. The Barons giving the jerseys literally right off of their backs in an auction after the game, and it's a huge night for the Special Olympic athletes that are a part of this, but it's also just as rewarding for the players. They love the Barons Buddies program, getting to work with all these amazing kids, and it's very nice for the team and the players to be able to give back and raise almost $30,000 that all goes to the Special Olympics of Oklahoma.
And not just the players. One thing that I saw, a couple of the fans would purchase for over thousands of dollars these jerseys and give them to their Barons buddy, and it was just a nice surprise to see our fans do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it really shows how much the organization, for one, gets behind this program, but also the fans. They understand how amazing this is. They understand that this night is everything for these athletes, and just to see the joy on some of the kids' faces when, you know, they're taking a photo with their Barons buddy, who they love more than anything as it is. They're so excited to hang out with, and then they get handed a jersey from some of the purchasers, like you mentioned. It's something you can't create, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It's very special.
Well, Carter, that's going to wrap it up for our post-game chat. Thanks for joining me again, as always.
Yep, thank you.
All right, for Kerry Shuck, that's me, and for Carter Baum, Barons TV.